Hello and thanks for joining us. This is the Signature TV News Update. I am Marvelous of Bombana. And now in the headlines, Minister of State for Labor Festus Keyamo urges Nigerians to join the fight against corruption. Graduate dies after robbers pushed her out of moving tricycle. The National Bureau of Statistics says Nigeria's debt profile has hit 33.11 trillion naira in March 2021. And now the details. The Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has encouraged Nigerians to join hands with the government in the fight against corruption. Keyamo gave the advice in his goodwill message in Abuja on Wednesday at the unveiling of Corruption Tori Season 2, an anti-corruption program produced by SignatureTV. Correspondent Nasiru Usman reports.
The Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has encouraged Nigerians to join hands with the government in the fight against corruption. Keyamo gave the advice in his goodwill message in Abuja on Wednesday at the unveiling of Corruption Tori Season 2, an anti-corruption program produced by SignatureTV. Festus Keyamo commended Signature Communications Limited for their contribution to the fight against corruption in Nigeria through Corruption Tori, a program supported by MacArthur Foundation.
For this unveiling of Season 2 for Corruption Tori, I want to say three goza to V. Martin, Obiora Elo, where they behind this program. So I beg, if you get brother, if you get sister, where be say if they serve government, not they go beg them money too much. Now that and they put pressure on them. Now go they make them go say, they beg me money, they beg money, he go the thief. Make you they tell us say make you not thief. Tell us make you not thief.
In his remarks, the Chief Executive Officer of Signature Communications Limited, V. Martin Obiora Ilo, while recounting the journey so far, promised that the Season 2 of Corruption Tori will be more impactful.
We'll be paying more attention to stories about anti-corruption wins. What do I mean? A lot of Nigerians, even though there are not as many as those that are corrupt, are doing it the right way. So it's our intention to pay attention to them, identifying them wherever they are, honoring, and featuring them in our programs and the work they do.
The Director, African Office of MacArthur Foundation, Dr. Cole Shetima, said when MacArthur and Signature Communications Limited started the project, they didn't realize that the program will make a significant impact like it did, and this has ended the foundation to continue supporting Signature in the fight against corruption.
But just to say that I'm very excited, very happy to be part of this launching of the second phase of this Corruption Tori. It's an experiment we started, and we were not quite sure how it is going to pan out. But I'm very excited, very happy that it has been a very successful conversation and very successful work that SignatureTV has delivered. And I think that the indicator of the success is the renewal of their grant to continue the work that they are doing. So let's appreciate them for what they have been doing. And I think that the video shown in so many ways, I think reflects some of the activities that they have undertaken.
Corruption Tori is broadcast on the network service of African Independent Television, AIT, and partner stations of the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. In Abuja, Nasiru Usman for SignatureTV.
The Chairman, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission (ICPC), Professor Bolaji Owasanoye, has commended Signature Communication, producers of Corruption Tori, for joining in the fight against corruption. The chairman of the commission spoke on Wednesday at the unveiling of the Corruption Tori Season 2 in Abuja. Madako Chukwudi has the story. Professor Bolaji Owasanoye said Signature Communications has helped the commission immensely in achieving the commission's mandate of exposing corruption and holding government and public officers accountable. The chairman, who was represented by a commissioner in the commission, Hassan Salihu, regretted that interest blocks in Nigeria are building resistance to agencies and organizations who want to expose their corrupt practices.
What Signature TV is doing is an extension of the function of the ICPC, of which our chairman is very happy about it. It is an extension of the mandate as stipulated in Section 6 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. So we are grateful. This issue, we need to partner. We need more of Signature TV to come and deliver other functions of the ICPC.
He also gave instances on how the activities of these interest blocks undermine the government's effort to curb corruption.
You can see oil and gas mafia fighting the issue of availability of fuel. Corruption is fighting back. You can see pension reform is being fought by pension mafia. You see oil telecommunication, any reform that will fight corruption will be fought by them. There are electricity and power mafia that will frustrate the issue. They will frustrate the issue of electricity. Those importing generator, you can see them frustrating the issue. Government will be doing its own, and they will find a way of using other means to frustrate government in doing that.
The chairman of ICPC encouraged Signature Communications Limited not to be deterred in its anti-corruption efforts and called on other media houses to emulate the commitment of Signature TV to the war against corruption. Marvelous Obomanu for Signature TV. The Director, Africa Office of MacArthur Foundation, Kole Shetima, says accountability and anti-corruption are the key drivers of the foundation's activities in Nigeria. He explained that in achieving its mandate, the foundation supports investigative journalism, behavioral change, criminal justice system, and civil society organizations. The director stated this on Wednesday while unveiling Signature TV's Corruption Story Season 2 in Abuja. Again, Maduako Chukwudi reports. Dr. Kole Shetima said the partnership with Signature Communications was part of the foundation's anti-corruption partnership with the media. He said the vehicle of Corruption Story, produced by Signature TV, helps to take issues around anti-corruption to the ordinary Nigerian.
The work that we are doing with TV Signature TV is falls around our media and journalism. Looking at the local languages, visualization, we saw that those are two things that I think that Signature TV brings to the fore, and we thought that that was why we supported the work that they have been doing, and we're happy and very excited that we have the opportunity to renew the work that they are doing for the second phase.
In an interview, Shetima faulted Nigeria's criminal justice system, attributing its weaknesses to one of the reasons corruption still thrives in Nigeria.
Our criminal justice system is so archaic, is so defunct. We have several cold cases, some of them lasting 20 years, 15 years. People have been in the legal system and no verdict have been given because the people who have the power and the resources are able to get away from the system.
He advocated for a special court that will ease justice administration, adding that corruption has denied Nigerian children access to a good life and future.
I support the idea of special courts, partly just in order to enable them to concentrate on those cases. Corruption has, denied our children access to education, to health, good roads, and quality of services. So if we're able to reduce significantly the level of corruption and use those resources for the purpose for what is meant, it means that our children will have a better future.
Dr. Kole Shetima applauded the impact of Corruption Story on the war against corruption in Nigeria, explaining that the success story of Corruption Story encouraged MacArthur Foundation to extend its funding of the program. In Abuja, Marvelous Obomanu for Signature TV. A young woman identified as Tamara Daspan has reportedly died from a traumatic brain injury after she was robbed and pushed out of a vehicle by suspected robbers in Jos, the Plateau State capital. It was gathered that Tamara was pushed out of a moving commercial tricycle, popularly called Keke Marwa, by robbers after she had been robbed and the incident occurred on Monday, June 21st, 2021. And now business. The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) on Thursday said Nigeria's debt profile has hit 33.11 trillion naira in March 2021. The Bureau disclosed the figures in a report released on Thursday in Abuja. In its breakdown, it noted that 12.47 trillion, representing 37.67% of the debt, was external, while 20.64 trillion, representing 62.33%, was domestic. The NBS added that the federal government's domestic debt stock was 16.51 trillion naira, while states and FCT domestic debt stock was 4.12 trillion, with Lagos State accounting for 12.31% of the total domestic debt stock, while Jigawa State has the least debt stock. Now to the world of entertainment. Blessing Adejo is on standby. Over to you, Blessing.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment News. Feels good to always have you join me on Entertainment segment. I am Blessing Adejo.
Nigerian music star Peter Okoye has thrown shade at his perceived enemy who thought he wasn't going to survive after splitting from his twin brother Paul and your group. The former member of the defunct group P Square made this known via his Facebook page on Tuesday. He wrote, "Team P, what were they thinking? That I wasn't going to survive alone? They just can't stand the fact that I'm richer now and doing well for myself. Pained. And this post is for them and them alone. Just watch them referring this post to my family as usual. Or theirs. Watch them start preaching," he wrote. Nollywood actress Regina Dane has revealed why she does not want to ever give birth to a daughter. According to the billionaire wife, she has no desire for a daughter as she can't handle replicating her attitude. The mother of one shared this via her Instagram story as she posted a screenshot of an image that had the inscription, "If my daughter gets my attitude, I am finished." Collaborating the inscription, the actress went ahead to state that it's the same reason she doesn't want to have a daughter. She wrote, "That's why I don't want one till I'm ready to retire." This one get a CBO. It is well. And this is where we draw the curtain for today. I remain your Uncle Blessing at the job. Bye.
Thank you, Blessing. And now on sports. UEFA has abolished the away goal rule in all club competitions from the 2021-2022 season. Instead, ties that are still level after 2 matches will go to extra time and penalties. UEFA President Alexander Seferin said on Thursday that the question of away goals rule abolition has been debated at the various UEFA meetings over the last few years. Although there was no unanimity of views, many coaches, fans and other football stakeholders have questioned its fairness and have expressed a preference for the rule to be abolished. Before we end the news, a recap of our major stories. The Minister of State for Labor and Employment, Festus Keyamo, has encouraged Nigerians to join hands with the government in the fight against corruption. He gave the advice at the unveiling of Corruption Tory Season 2, an anti-corruption program produced by SignatureTV. A young graduate has reportedly died from a traumatic brain injury after she was robbed and pushed out of a vehicle in Jos Plateau State. The National Bureau of Statistics says Nigeria's debt profile hits 33.11 trillion naira in March 2021. Safety and security begins with you. Be patriotic. Report any suspicious activity to law enforcement agencies. Please stay safe. And that's the Signature TV News Update. On behalf of my producer, Blessing Adejo, I am Marvelous Obomman. Thanks for watching.